as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check 52. Kill. And 47.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And now here is another interception. John Johnson with the INT. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Check 3. Here we go, 47. Here we go, kill. 56. Mike, 56, right there. 26.
Throwing. Prescott looking direction of Cooper. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Hey, kill. 47. 26.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Like 20. Maverick. All day, baby. Check the hot read. Switch.
They'll run here with John Kelly. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
54, right there. 54, Mike. What's up? Big stop, let's go.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And got him in. It's Woods. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Goff's throw here finds Woods. But he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They come up in an offset eye.
Tiger, Tiger.
Kelly to try to punch it in. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Gun. Mike 54. Mike 54.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On third down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
We're going to 52. We're going 47.
Prescott to throw on fourth. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
24 is the mic. I'm here all day. Shot. 24. Switch it. Hey, here we go 46. Defense, give me that ball.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, a dump off to Elliott. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Strong right. Hey. We got 3. We got 3 down. Then we're going to 53. 24. Here we go 46. I'm coming after you. 24 is the mic. Hey. Here we go 47. 26.
Prescott yet again. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I'm coming after you. 26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. Here we go. Go to 54. Line 26.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dante Fowler able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Hey, kill. 47. Hey, kill. 26.
4th down, Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again. Aaron Donald. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs.
Single. We're good.
Goff going to throw it. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Run play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
All day, defense, all day, all day. Okay. 55. Value 1. 55. 4 down. Here we go. 25. Check 20. Hey, Alpha.
Out of the gun. Gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it's going to be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And look at this, the punt team is out there. And oh, we've seen it all now. It's a fake. And he's going to let it go deep. And it's incomplete. The most bizarre of 2nd down calls there, but the incompletion gives him another shot on 3rd down. Not exactly sure why they'd have him throwing the ball there out of a punt formation, but they will have another shot at things as it's 3rd down now. Well, this is a new concept. It's 3rd down, but and what in the world? Now they're going to fake it. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Here's Johnny Hacker now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. This will be fielded at the 17. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Well, we thought this could get interesting. Here's interesting. An onside kick to start this thing. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. You have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
Hey, 47. 51 to Mike. Let's go. I'm going back. 26. I'm going back. 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Looking for Austin. Intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Yeah, let's get sandwich. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. Run.
On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Bandit. Under. He's mine. 51's the mic. Hey, here we go. Go to 54. Line in. Here we go. Kill. Wahoo. 26.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw is Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joe Schobert just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, down to 54. Right here. 26.
Prescott to throw it. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on. The scramble, but now it's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Watch the Kill. Hey, kill.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it.
We're going to 54 right here. Go. Get out there. Defense wins championships, baby. We're going to 52. 26. 26.
Now Prescott on fourth down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops. Cooper was the target there. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Mayfield with some open down. Beckham Jr. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 61 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Browns drive about to get started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Kick 6, they'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
King.
Back to it after the pick 6, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Mayfield on first down. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. Oh, he'll just get rid of this one deep. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
They can't hang with us. Go. Check. Check. 51 to Mike, boy. 51.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Prescott. Flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Prescott. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. He had to force the field goal.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards that time.
25 yards. And the Browns first down.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Mayfield completes it to Higgins, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mayfield with it once more. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Trying to get it to Landry there. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Prescott now. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott yet again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Back to it after the pick 6. Prescott looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Robert Quinn in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. On third down, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 76 yards. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Seibert on for the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 37 yards. So 50 now 10.
51, Mike 51.
Here's Prescott. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. To throw is Prescott. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On first and 10, Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. That is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 36 yards. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. Forbath, the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he'll get a crease brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
That takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 14.
Under. 51. Go. Go. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
26.
Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
Sometimes luck is all you need. That was not even the intended receiver on that play.
Well, Johnny on the spot, though.
Yeah, and it turned into a big play for those guys on offense. They'll take it each and every time.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
He's crazy. We're going to 54. 26.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now.
Let's go, D. 51's the money. 51's the money. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Under 10. Under 46. 26. Check nickel. Okay. Spell. Slam. Check to it. Then we're going to 53. Check the backer. 26.
Prescott to throw on 4th. This to Jarwin. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Go, get out there. 26.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Switch. Hey, kill. 27. Kill. Then we're going to 53. Check 1-3. Hey, kill. 26.
Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
Hey, 47. Done. We got it. Come on. 51, Mike 51. Tackle. 26.
Now Prescott. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Right here. 51. Hey, let's get some penetration here. We'll go 46. 51. I got one. Swerve. Hey. Mike 51. There we go. 51's the mic. 26.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Browns are going to win the football game. The Browns drive about to get started. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Mayfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Mayfield to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Here's Jamie Gillen down. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. yards on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sack, baby! Sack, baby!
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Here's Kai Forbath now to get us started, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw. Gone. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Goff now to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeMarcus Lawrence providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. That's taken on the 25. So that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. The tackle there by John Johnson.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the 38-yard line.
Here we go. Line in. That way we're going to 54. Line in. Check. 24 is the mic. You ain't got nothing.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas 1st down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Now Wright completes it to Jarwin. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, D-line, let's keep it going to 54. Line in. Hey, check 24. 26.
It's an end around. Tavon Austin. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
Here we go. Line in. Check like 39. Bring it. Check like 39.
3rd and long for Prescott. This one to Jarwin over the middle. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams 33.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter.
47.
Let's set a tone, fellas.
26.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 25-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Check 56. Coming to you. Here we go, 46.
Must 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
26.
From the 25 on second down. Prescott. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. And we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Kill.
We're going to 53.
Truck. Check out, bro.
26. Here we go. 26.
Now Elliott. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Michael Brocker's in on the stop.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Get that ball.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here we go.
Tighten down. There you go.
Check. Fresno.
Here we go. Go to 54. Right in.
That's it.
26.
Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, if they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Check me out. Mike.
Value three.
Now gone. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Here's Johnny Hacker now. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Any day. Wide, get wide.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, 47.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Gun.
Check Mike 39.
I'm coming.
26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
Kill. Switch it, hey.
22, check, cover. 22, check, cover.
26.
This is Elliott. And an alley to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
58, come on.
Coming this way. Here we go.
Here we go, 46.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Hey, watch the ball.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Slam.
26.
From the red zone now, Prescott flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Check 56.
You don't want this. Under.
Play. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
We're going to 53. 26.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Forbath, the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
We're going to 54.
24 is the Mike. Come. 24.
On 1st and 10, Prescott steps away to his left. And he goes out right around the 39. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Double time. Hey, 4 down.
On 2nd down now. It's Elliott. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Check 56. I got you, son. 56. Mike's 56. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Prescott off play action. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. Elliott. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
54, go to 54, line. Here we go, 47. 26. 26.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Right there, 56.
That's what I do. 47. Go, get out there.
56 to Mike, boy, 56. I got you, boy. Mike's 56.
Now Prescott. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 32-yard line. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
26.
On the counter, Elliott. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 13. Check 13.
Check. We're going to 54. Line.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Gun.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Here we go, 46.
You mine. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
3 buzz.
26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Hard throw, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Gone. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The sack by Michael Bennett, the native of tiny Independence, Louisiana. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
And incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
The Rams going for it on fourth. Gone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Riggs with a pick, and his guys will set up shop. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. By 20! 55.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Mostert. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mostert. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
White.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. He finds Coleman. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Switch, hey. Then we're going to 53. Crash. Then we're going to 53. What do you think?
And they'll start the drive here with an end around. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Check. Watch 54. Let's go one more. Out. Check.
Here we go, 47.
Crunch.
What do you think?
On first down, it's Elliott. They'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for him. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Go to 54. Line.
56. Come on. 56 to Mike.
Throwing, Prescott, and he slings one that's incomplete. Tony Pollard out of the backfield, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Kill. Hey, kill.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Pick it up.
They'll try and run forward with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
That's it, baby.
4th down and 1.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
Hey, 47.
We're scoreless after 1. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Kill.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And that is going to be incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Well, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. What do you need? You ain't going nowhere.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Garoppolo now looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. This one from 48 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Dancing to his left. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Hey, kill! 47.
Oh, here we go.
26.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I got you.
Go. Get out there. We're going to 54. Line in. Go. Here we go. Going to 54. Line in. 26.
They run the counter. Elliott. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
47.
Mike spot four.
26.
On 2nd and 9. Prescott, he's got the connection to Cooper. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Switch up.
Switch. Hey, here we go, 46.
Mike 54.
26.
Here's Elliott. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The tackle there by Richard Sherman. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Here we go.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Here we go. Going to 53.
Right there.
From just shy of midfield, Prescott, and that is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Check.
Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Line in. 26. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Barrett. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
To try again after the sack. Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st down, 49ers.
Here we go. 180.
50's a mic. 50's a mic. Watch the pass.
Here's Mostert. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Here we go. 180. 21. Here we go.
On play action. Now Garoppolo. The Santos has got it complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And they'll have the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 13 yards there and a Niner first. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this has no chance. It's no good, well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger.
He's got him in, complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners, guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
15 for the Niners there, and a 1st down. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. A pass complete here to Sanders. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain there of 21 yards. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Another try after the 1st down sack. Garoppolo, and across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. From 17 yards out. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Go, get out there. 6, right there, 56. All right, here we go. Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Everybody kill.
56. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Heavy. 56 to Mike, boys. 56.
26.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Gun.
Motion. 54's Mike.
26.
After the sack on first down, Prescott, he's going to get this to Austin, complete. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Right. 54 Mike.
I got you.
Everybody go to 54. Line in. Here we go, 46.
Mike by four.
A second down throw for Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third.
Mike's 56.
We own them. Swerve to third.
56 to Mike.
Hey, kill. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Prescott now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Watch the screen.
26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4.
Watch the screen. Pass. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
And again, it's Prescott. It's caught. Cooper. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Prescott on third and 2. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
54's Mike.
Here we go, 47.
Damn shot. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the Niners' 47-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
47.
Prescott got an open man, the tight end Jarwin. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Show it up, show it up.
And that'll set them back 5.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Watch the out, watch the out. 6 guard, check 6 guard. Switch, switch, switch. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Jim. Hey, watch it.
We're going to 54. Wide in. 26.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
We go 46. Under.
You better be afraid of me.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Come on.
26.
Now on 2nd and 16. Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
47. Go, get out there.
Yeah.
54 is Mike. 54.
We go 47.
54, watch 54. I got you. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
26.
Prescott to throw it. This to Jarwin. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. He'll look to throw. Now Garoppolo lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. The 20.